Well, hey guys, it's that time again. Take a new wheel to Overheat Hill. Really interested to see how this wheel does. Of course, this is my KS16X. I have the odometer just flipped over right now, and I have 100 miles on it so far, and I've been really enjoying it. Beautiful day for this test. It's overcast, some little sprinkles here and there, which is heavy rain for Southern California. But just, yeah, beautiful day. Temperature is just perfect for this kind of a test. Yeah, I have very little. I mean, you know, considering it's a King-song wheel, I want to say that I only mean that by its nature, it's limited in how fast it can go. But you know, other than that, I've been really enjoying the wheel. It handles great. Disengage switch works just like you would expect. So I've been experimenting with my ampere alarm. Traditionally, I haven't really used that with the King-song wheels. And this is a big plus for King-song. I never really have to worry about the control boards burning up. It is possible to blow a fuse though. Yeah, so I really haven't used the ampere alarm. I always had the wheel log set to 90 amps. So I've been experimenting today, and it looks like 20 amps is the value for this wheel. Probably, I'm going to guess, probably all the King-song wheels. So that means that it mostly does not trigger, but when it's under a big load, it does trigger. That's kind of how I go with the Gotway wheels too. And you have to understand, I think the consensus is that the Gotway wheels, the 90 amps, that we don't know what that value really is. You know, we don't think it's actually 90 amps, but it's relative. So that's how we use it. And that's how I'm going to just use it now, just to indicate how much load the wheel is under. All right. Tire is at 40 psi, pretty close to what I've done with other wheels. And we'll just tackle this first hill. Will just give us a feel for how it handles, and particularly the power. This section is always not that much fun because it's pretty rocky and hard to get a good grip. I still wish I had grippier pads, so someday I might change that. Just depends how much I need, how much I need the grippiness. I'm not a jumper, so I don't need to squeeze the wheel to pull up the wheel. But you gotta love the power in this wheel. It really feels very powerful. Meaning torque. It's got feels like it's got a lot of torque. I did want to say that I think I have the CY tire, the not the original one, but the one that King-song is now shipping, and this is a 16x3 tire, just like the Nikola, Gotway Nikola. But it's funny that the Nikola tire feels bigger, feels wider. Yeah, it feels wider and more comfy somehow, and particularly going through sand traps and stuff like that. This tire, I've noticed, just gives me a sense it feels like a thinner tire in those situations. And I'm kind of guessing, you guys can chime in, but that maybe this tire is stiffer than the tire that's used on the Nikola. And therefore there's less, a softer tire will spread out more at the point where it's contacting the ground, so it'll feel thicker, wider on the ground. So I'm wondering if that's the case here. And there have been not huge complaints, but this trail is awful. but some complaints that the Nikola tire is wearing fairly fast, which that would support my theory, right? So I don't know, just an observation. So you notice you haven't heard the 20 amp alarm yet. I have heard it though. We'll see when I go up the next very steep hill. So far beautiful though. The temperature is 51 degrees on the wheel temperature, which I have to say is certainly running cooler than the Kingsong 18XL. There you heard the 20 amp alarm. That wheel seems to run warmer. So I'm really enjoying this wheel. I'm glad I have the Nikola, and I prefer that overall, the ride quality. But you guys who've gotten the 16X and you can't afford to buy all these wheels, you should be, you have a 16X, you should be happy. Unless you're a speed demon. But if you're not, which I imagine you're not, because that's why you probably, if you were a speed demon, you probably would have bought the Gotway wheel. Yeah, so this is like a great wheel. This might be a little surprising. The Gotway ACM was my favorite wheel for, well, up till the Nikola, 2.5 years, something like that. I loved it. I think I would rather take this wheel than the ACM at this point, if that tells you anything. All right, I will see you in a little bit as we go up the first challenging hill, the precursor to Overheat Hill. Okay, I'm at the base of the first tough hill. This always gives me a feel for how the wheel is going to handle on the subsequent test. For instance, when I took the Z10 here, I knew I wasn't even going to bother with Overheat Hill. It would never pass. So I think this is going to fly up there with no problems. Wheel is at 52 degrees C, and let's see how it goes. Here we go. Not only is this a steep hill, it's a really crappy hill. Wow, the temperature didn't budge. 52 degrees C still. Well, that's impressive. Let me stop and see if it does anything. Yeah, this is a cool running wheel. It's actually on the order of I mean, actually the Nikola was running pretty cool too. But in the grand scheme of things, of all the wheels, and particularly other Kingsong wheels, it's great. Tell you, I'm really enjoying this wheel. I've got some other ideas for some other really good steep hill tests. See how it does.
That's cool.
Okay, I thought I'd film a little bit going downhill like I do on the other wheels. This is very steep, and it feels under control. It's not like, wow, it's super under control. I'd say it feels, strangely, it feels a little between the Nikola and the MSX. Maybe not quite as good as the Nikola. We're splitting hairs here, but just giving you my just my impression based on riding different wheels. The MSX is not great going downhill. It's very steep hills. It's certainly better than like the Z10, but it's worse than like the Nikola or smaller wheels like the MCM5. It's like it's not even a comparison at all. But that feels good. Temperature is not budging. Just 52 degrees C. Wow. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, Overheat Hill. I have high hopes for this wheel. I think I'm going to be impressed. Temperature, it was just, didn't want to budge from 52, but it finally dropped to like 50. This is a nice, cool running wheel. I wonder if it's going to stay below 60 by the time I get up to the top. So I'll read off the temperatures as they go. Wish me luck. It's 50 degrees C. 50 degrees C. C. First power alarm. This wheel is working. It's still 50 degrees C. $51 degrees. And we made it. Woo! Well, you could hear this wheel is working. 52 degrees C now. Wow, guys, I'm impressed. This is one hell of a cool running wheel. I think this takes, this is new top honors below the MCM5. Nothing can really overtake the MCM5 in terms of just raw power to be able to climb. Because this was not exactly screaming up the hill. Maybe it would have helped if I could grab the wheel a bit more. But, wow. That's fantastic. This is a kick butt wheel. I'm not going to have to worry about this guy overheating at all. Super impressed. I know the temperature is working because it does change. You know, when you start riding it, it's in the high 30s, and when I rode it here, it was in the high 40s, and then when I started riding, then it got up to you know, the low 50s. But man, it just doesn't want to budge above that. Beautiful, guys. Well, let there be no doubt, the new champion wheel for Overheat Hill, other than the MCM5, but in terms of all general purpose wheels, 18-inch, 16-inch, this is it. Very nice. I just definitely got to get some better pads in here so I can leverage the wheel a bit more. All right, hope you guys found this interesting, and talk to you later.